Just gonna see. We'll just wait for some viewers to build and then we can go on. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 7 of Cakeology Online Learning. Today, we have here with us Ruhi Bhimani. What makes Ruhi the center of attention of today's day and age is the fact that she focuses on only egg-free bakes and desserts. Furthermore, she has developed a line of healthy, high-protein desserts and vegan bakes and desserts. Today, we will be learning one of these trending bakes, the gluten-free honey almond cookie. Okay, Ruhi, we could start.
All right, hello everyone. I'm super excited to be here yet again. It's been almost 4 years that I've been associated with Cakeology, and I feel this is one of my bestest experiences because the team is flawless. The communication is so easy, and I enjoy working with them. And I'm sure it's very evident on my face too because I'm always smiling and I'm always happy whenever I'm here of Cakeology. So, guys, this year, since we are going digital and we are right here on this platform, I have something unique and very special for you. I've been getting a lot of demands where people are saying that, we're allergic and we can't feed our kids. It has a lot of gluten, and even for their health, they don't want to consume anything which is gluten. So here, what I have done is I have created a quick, simple, easy recipe. Okay. Now, why I have done a recipe which is just like a 3-4 ingredient recipe is because we all are going through a lockdown. Not a lot of ingredients are available, and yet we want to eat. We want to feel good, and we want to eat healthy. So why not? So I thought let's do something which is a very simple, easy, quick recipe. Till the time everybody joins in, just let me quickly tell you that I am. A little about me because how I got into egg free, because a lot of people are curious, because I remember this one party, this was a baker party like I had gone to, and they saw me eat chicken curry with rice, and they're like, wait, listen, this is chicken. I said, yeah, I know, and I love chicken. So the thing is, I ate everything, but I've chosen egg free because after I did my hotel management and I did my training, whenever I would make desserts, the first thing that any of my friends would ask me is, Louis, is this eggless? And I'm like, no, like so eggless because I'm so used to making and baking with eggs. Um, so they said, okay, and that's when I realized that there was a lot of potential and there was this space where not a lot of people had capitalized. So I said, okay, there's this space, and this is a little challenging, and I love to get into challenges. I said, okay, let me try. Because I called one of these chefs and I told him that listen, I need to develop recipes and create recipes. Do you have something which is eggless? So this chef didn't know what to do. He's looking up, he's looking down, and he's like, you mean use less of egg? I said, no, I mean no egg. So he's like, okay, you're asking for an egg-free recipe. I said, yes. So that's how the term egg-free was coined. So every time I say that I'm doing a recipe, it's always called egg-free. Okay, and hope you guys also go ahead and use the correct term for that. And and gluten-free is because a lot of you all have demanded for gluten-free, and you have said that you all want to do something which is quick, simple, and easy. So here we are, very simple. All the ingredients are easily available. Also, I will be telling you all the substitutes that you can use. Okay, so today we're going to do a cookie. Okay, keeping it very, very simple. What I will do is I'll announce the ingredients, the quantity, but also I will be giving you all the recipe in a card format, or we put it down in the comments so you all have the recipe easily with you. All right. So guys, I want to see some hearts. I want to see some thumbs up. Whatever you all are doing on Facebook Live, just so that we know that you all are there with us. All right. Okay. Let's begin with. I have 20 grams of honey. I have 50 grams of peanut butter. You can alternatively also use almond butter. Okay. 100 grams of almond flour. A lot of people, if you all have almond meal available, which we use for macarons, you can use that. But if you feel that's too expensive and it's not available right now, what you can do is just take your almonds as they are and just whisk them. That's it. That's what even I have done. I've just taken almonds. You can see the skin, you can see the color. Okay, I've not used blanched almonds at all. I've just taken the normal almonds. Now here is a small trick, okay, which I want to share with you. So the thing what you have to do is put these almonds in the fridge for half an hour. Like you know that you're going to work. Like say, take 100 grams of almonds, okay, weigh them, and put them inside the fridge, okay, for half an hour. What happens is, once you use cold almonds, you sort of put them in the machine and you whisk that, then it doesn't form a paste, okay? It just forms a fine powder. Okay, so here's a small trick. Use cold almond. Okay, so just chip the almonds, get it out, and then whisk it. So you will not get a paste, but you get a fine powder. Okay. Moving on, next, I have 50 grams of Amul salted butter. Now, why I'm using salted butter is because I love salted butter in all my bakes, simply because I feel that whenever you add a little salt to any sweet, that is your dessert, anything, it just brings out the sweetness even more. And in a lot of recipes, people use unsalted butter and then add salt. That's absolutely your choice. Go ahead, do it, no problem. But I'm using salted butter. Okay. Next, I have taken half a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Any brand is fine. If you want to give it a different flavor or something, you can use different essences if you would like to. Okay. Next, I have a pinch salt. Okay, guys. Again, even after using salted butter, I'm going to add pinch salt. So you can imagine my love was split here. But trust me, this recipe comes together really well. Okay, very simple ingredients. I'm sure you will find all of this in any household. And the most easiest thing of working with this is you have to chuck everything in a bowl. In times like this, wherein we don't have enough house help. Like for me, I have no house help at all. So everything, like right from laying down everything to cleaning up to winding up, is all done by me. So for such times, you want to keep it very simple and yet enjoy your baking too. Okay. So guys, I hope you all are ready with this. Now it's a very simple thing. This is almond meal or powdered almond, whatever you want, you can use it, no problem. Okay. In goes peanut butter. You can even use almond butter, or you can even use any nut butter or seed butter that you have. Okay. Next goes in, so we add in all the fat first. Okay. Right. Now guys, this recipe is amazing. Okay, everything just goes in. Your vanilla essence goes in. Okay. Then honey. Okay, I've taken organic honey. Beautiful this is. Now honey also acts as a binding agent, as a sweetener here. Okay, so you see I've not added any castor sugar or any kind of sugar at the moment. Next goes salt. I've taken Himalayan pink salt. Okay, so we'll just put in the salt as well. Okay, now the idea is that you have to get roti. Okay, if you think mixing with this is going to help, it's not. We are making a cookie, so you have to dig in and you have to get ready. Okay. So now the thing is that you want to do it lightly with your fingertips. You don't want to knead it at all. Okay, guys, have you realized the best thing about this is you're not using baking powder, you're not using baking soda, nothing. Okay, and yet the cookie is really nice and it is crispy. It is not like soft or it doesn't hold shape or anything. It's beautiful. I just posted a small video. If you've seen, you will know what I'm talking. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just mix this and ensure that everything is coming along well. If you see, I'm just working with my fingertips, okay? I am not working with the heel of my palm at all, right? So now, what I want you to do is, once I'm done with the demo, I want you to give this recipe a try. Send me loads of pictures, tag me, Chef Ruhi Bhimani, tag Cakeology, and we will be very happy to know how your cookies have turned out. Okay, guys, there are a lot of people who've been following me from all the demos that I've been doing throughout the lockdown, and I know you guys very well. So I'm hoping, and I know you guys will go ahead and try the cookies immediately. Okay.
Ruhi,
Yes.
Ruhi, I think you're echoing. Can you just see the mute on that one? People
Okay.
think they can't hear you very
Just hang
clearly.
on. Just hang on. Just hang on. Okay, is it better now?
Very well now. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Right. So now what I'm going to do is, if you see, the bowl is so nice and clean. You know, see, this is how you're supposed to work. You don't have shabby work. So very neat and clean. The bowl is done. This has all come together very well. Let me show you the texture of this. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful texture. Okay. Now what you are going to do is, you're going to make 10 grams ball each. So you will take a measuring scale and you will weigh the dough. Okay. You don't need to rest the dough, nothing. You can just quickly go ahead and take it, no problem. This is the most fuss-free recipe I feel ever. Okay. It's very simple to work around with. Okay. So around 10 to 12 grams. If you take 10 grams, then you get 15 cookies. Okay. Let me repeat again. If you use 10 grams, you get 15 cookies. Okay. So just that's it. Just make these balls quickly. See this? You know, guys, another thing is, if you just want to eat it by itself, also it is really yummy. So you can just eat these raw cookies also if you want. If not, you can always go ahead and bake them. Okay. Now you see how beautifully it's not stuck to my palm at all. Okay. So you want this. Okay. You want it to be nice and clean. Okay. I'm going to make a few and keep, right? And then I will show you a small design that I just did. It's a very simple thing, you know. See, the idea with baking is you don't need a lot of fancy tools and equipment. You need to understand the basics of baking well. You know, if you need to have good control over the time and temperature of baking. Also, you need to have a very good understanding of ingredients. You know, why you're using, what you're using. You know, because a lot of people just directly, if I'm doing a recipe, jump. Okay, what is the substitute? Because I do only egg free. So I get different questions. I get asked like, how do you substitute egg in this? So you need to understand that the composition of the recipe is such that we're not using eggs. You know, so we've developed it in a certain way. Okay. So now you can go ahead and you know, you can make as many balls as you want. I have used half the recipe, but I have given you a full recipe. Okay. So don't worry about that. We'll write down everything elaborately. Now comes time and I'll show you the design. Okay. Guys, what you can also do is, if you all have questions, if you all have queries, you can just directly sort of put it in the comment section, and Kushi will read it aloud for me, and we will take it ahead from there. Okay? So it's a good time to ask questions. I'm right here to answer all your doubts that you have.
Ruhi, they are asking you to just repeat the recipe because I think initially the voice wasn't clear, and also we will be writing it in the comments, right?
Yeah, we will be putting it in the comments, but if you want, I'll read it out
Yes.
the recipe again. Okay, it is 20 grams of honey. Okay, remember it is not ml, it is grams because I weigh my liquid also in grams. Next, we have 50 grams of peanut butter, 100 grams of almond flour or powdered almond, or you can use almond meal. Whatever you get is fine with me. 5 grams of salted butter, half a teaspoon of vanilla essence, and pinch salt. And it's a very simple, easy recipe. I don't think you can go wrong at all. Okay, so my hands are now fresh and clean, right? And let's go ahead. I'm going to show you a small decorating idea. Okay, and I'm sure you like it. I hope you like it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ball. Okay, now watch carefully. Okay, right? Take your fork. Okay. And just give marks. Okay, I hope you all can see. Now, just turn the cookie. Again, take the fork and give an mark. Right. I hope you all can see what I've done. I'll repeat it again. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, change the direction and get it. Okay, so what you have to do is basically you just need to take the cookie roundel, and then just while you're doing it, it presses beautifully and forms a design by itself. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my baking tray, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the cookies. Okay, I just need 2 cookies right now, so I'm going to place the cookies, and then I will bake. Now, before baking, you need to preheat your oven at 140 degrees Celsius. 140 works with me. You need to know your oven well. Okay, it could be that 160 works well with you. Okay, so you need to have an idea of your oven. Okay, for me, 140 works beautifully well, so I'm going to preheat the oven at 140 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to put this for baking in next 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So preheating, a lot of people are skeptical about preheating. You always need to preheat the oven. Okay. There are no 2 ways about it. You have to preheat it. Okay. At least for 2 to 5 minutes. The idea is that the oven needs to be hot and at a particular temperature when you put in your bakery product. You need to understand that there is a chemical reaction, and that reaction only happens at a particular temperature. Okay. Which is why you need to definitely 100% yes, preheat your oven. All right, I hope I've cleared that. Then what I'm going to do is after preheating the oven, I'm going to put this for baking for around 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. What I like to do is, after I put this in for baking, after around 10 minutes, I get it out. I turn the tray and I put it back again. Okay. This ensures that the cookie is baked evenly, so you have even coloring from all the sides. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. These are very simple, cute cookies. What I would want you to do is go ahead and give it your twist. What you can also do is you can roll this cookie in peanut butter. In peanuts, in roasted peanuts. You can do them in chopped almonds. Okay. You can just roll them and put them in for baking. So I want to see how innovative you can get with this recipe. All right. Now, before we stop this entire session, I like to say that I've already done it before, because I know it's alive and you don't have that much time to sort of put it in and get it out. So I've already baked these cookies, and I would want you to see how they look. Okay. They're pretty, they don't lose shape, and they're young. See how well they are baked, right? And I don't mind inviting into this, yeah? What I like about this cookie is it has a beautiful sandy texture, crispy from out, soft from inside, and it sort of gives you a very good mouthfeel, it keeps you going. So, and the sweetness is just right. I don't like cookies which are very sweet, because you can't eat too much then. Okay, so this is just perfect, not overly sweet, just then simple, easy, gluten-free cookies. All right, guys. So go ahead, give this a try. Start me Chef Bhimani Ecology, and I'd be very, very glad to see what you guys have done. Now I'm hoping to answer all the questions. So guys, shoot.
Ruhi, they're asking how much, can we just put in the recipe first, because a lot of people are asking for the recipe.
So no worries, recipe we put in the comment sections, be rest assured about that.
Okay, so you'll do that. They're asking, could they use any nut butter? Can you
use any nut butter? You can use almond, cashew, anything that you have, go ahead and use it. No problem.
Okay, and can they add a little bit of cinnamon powder to it?
Well, that'll be yum. Of course you can. Definitely. Go ahead and add it.
Yeah, you tweak it up. Yeah. And they're asking, of course, the recipe. They just want to know that. How many grams of each cookie? How many grams would each cookie be?
10 grams. You'll get 15 cookies. Okay.
Okay. And since they are almond cookies, can we just use chopped almonds?
I just said that. You know what? Just chop almonds, roll it in almonds, make it nice and flat. Okay, so it cooks evenly. Put it in for baking. But also you need to realize that your baking time will increase by 1 or 2 minutes, because you've coated it with almonds from the outside. Okay, So see, these are very small nitty-gritty things which you need to understand when you see when you actually see a baked product. Why would it take a certain time when you add an ingredient to it? Or if you're subtracting, you need to add something instead. So this is something which you need to understand the balance of the recipe.
Okay, and can we use gluten-free flour instead of almond flour?
You know what? If you use gluten-free flour, you can definitely, okay. But the thing is that it will give you a very different feel of the cookie. You will also need to add a little bit of warm milk to this so that you get the right consistency. And also, if you end up using any other flour, you also have to use a pinch of baking soda. This recipe is specifically developed for any nut flour. Okay, very specifically, I'm saying it's for a nut flour. Yes.
And can we add chocolate chunks to this?
Oh yes, totally. Please go ahead and vote. That's what I'm going to do with the rest of the cookies now, because I have some really amazing callets, bitter callets, 80%. So I'm going to add them to the cookies. I'm going to make it with them. Yes.
There is Pooja Jane asking you if you run any egg-free, gluten-free workshops. So if you could just get in touch with her if you have any classes.
Okay. Yes, so guys, I'm running a lot of online classes at the moment, and I am taking gluten-free classes as well. So yeah, you know where to find me.
Peanut butter and Amul butter, both are used? No.
Yes, both are used. Okay, so we have used the nut butter, which is your peanut butter, and we have also used Amul butter. Yes, we use both the butters.
Yeah, I think that is it.
That is it. I think it was a very simple recipe. You guys will like nail it in no time. And the taste is also yum. We want to know if your friends, family, and kids have loved it. So do put in a comment too. So we know your feedback, what's happening at your end.
Yeah. And your temperature of baking was?
For me, 140 degrees Celsius works the best. However, you can go ahead and bake it at 160 to 180, no problem. You need to know your oven. If you're baking your cakes or you're baking your cookies at 160, then go ahead and do it at 160.
Perfect, Ruchi. I think they've all loved your recipe. We'll definitely try. They will share some pics. And that's what they're saying. And
Okay.
Just put in the recipe would be great.
Okay. Guys, before we sort of close this session, I'd like to thank Khushi for having me yet again. I love working with you guys. You guys are fabulous to work with. And guys, they have an upcoming online event. Go ahead and enroll yourselves. It's too much fun. I was just talking to Khushi and I was getting to know what they are up to, and it sounds really fun. So go ahead and register for those classes as well. And I'm taking a couple of online classes, which is the travel cake coming up. Saturday is soon now. We have Sunday, so you can go ahead and do that as well. So thank you. That's from me, Chef Ruby, and yes, I hope to see you big soon now. Thank you.
Thank you for this.
Thank you. Bye.